Hey kids, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wildlife Crystal. I'm your host, Wildlife Crystal, a wildlife specialist. As you know, on this show, Wildlife Crystal, we are going to be learning fun facts about one animal and their environment every episode. I'm here with my very special co-host, the one and only, Kaia the Koala.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you again. I think today I would like to talk about one of the smallest birds in the world.
Oh, great idea. Do you know what bird is the smallest in the world?
No, but I'll try and guess. Give us some hints.
Okay. Not only is this bird the smallest in the world, but they can flap their wings faster than any other bird and is also the fastest bird in the world relative to its tiny size.
Oh my God, this bird sounds awesome. I have no idea. What is it?
It's the hummingbird.
Oh, cool. I almost guessed that. I love hummingbirds. I have a little hummingbird feeder outside my house and I watch them all day. They're so beautiful. So excited to be talking about these little guys. So how small are they?
Well, there are more than 350 species of hummingbirds and they live in North and South America. The Cuba's bee hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. They're about the size of a bumblebee and weigh less than a dime. Unsurprisingly, their nests are just as tiny. Their nests are the size of a quarter, and their eggs are the size of jelly beans.
Oh my God, that is so tiny! I can't believe it. Speaking of nests, can we jump right into baby hummingbirds? Tell me everything.
Okay. Well, only the mother hummingbird builds the nest. The father does not help with the nest building. The nest is usually made of soft materials like moss, leaves, and feathers. Sometimes the mother uses spider webs to weave it all together. Another fun fact, all mother hummingbirds do not need to build a new nest every year. They return to the old one every year because they remember where it is. Also, many hummingbird nests have spongy sides that stretch as the babies grow.
Very interesting. Now tell us about those teeny tiny eggs.
Baby hummingbirds, also known as chicks, begin life as tiny eggs. When they first hatch, they don't have any feathers and can't see until they're about 5 days old. The mother hummingbird feeds her chicks regurgitated, or thrown up, nectar and insects from her beak. They grow pretty fast, and within a few weeks, they leave the nest as young birds, now called fledglings. Fledglings have fluffy baby feathers and they can fly. They still depend on their mother to feed them or to help them find food for themselves. Another fun fact, a mother hummingbird cannot walk. So she will ascend and descend on and off the nest like a little helicopter.
Wow! I heard no hummingbird can walk. Is that true?
That's true. Not only the mother, but this applies to all hummingbirds. The feet of a hummingbird are so tiny, they're not very good for walking. Hummingbirds use their feet for perching on branches.
And they can hover like helicopters? Their wings look so fast.
Oh yeah, these little birds are great flyers. They can fly forwards, backwards, and hover in one place. Fun fact, they are the only bird in the whole world that can fly backwards. A hummingbird can fly about 60 miles per hour, which is double the speed of the fastest human. This is actually why they're called hummingbirds. Hummingbirds hum, but the sound isn't coming from their voices. The hum comes from their rapid wing movements. The smaller the hummingbird, the faster the wing beat. A hummingbird beats their wings between 10 and 80 times per second during flight. Let that sink in.
Whoa, that's incredible. They must have to eat a lot to keep up with all that flying energy.
Yep, a hummingbird must eat all day long. They eat about every 10 minutes and can feed on hundreds of flowers in a single day. They have a super big appetite and they have the fastest metabolism of any bird or animal in the world. They need to eat as much as their body weight or more a day to stay alive. A hummingbird can starve to death in a few hours if they don't eat. A tiny hummingbird has the metabolism that is 100 times faster than an elephant. How much do you guys weigh? Do you think you could eat that many pounds of food a day? Not me.
Not me either. That's a lot. What do they eat?
Hummingbirds use their super long tongues to lap up the nectar from the flowers. They do not use their tongue like a straw. Instead, the tongue has little pockets in it to help them eat. They can also eat tiny insects. They catch bugs in midair while flying. They open their long beaks and trap the insect.
Are hummingbirds smart?
Oh yeah, hummingbirds are very smart. They have the biggest brains of any bird in relation to their size. These little guys have great memories. They remember every flower they've ever visited and where each flower is located. Not only that, but they also remember the quality and quantity of the nectar from each flower.
That is unbelievable. I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast today. Tell us one more fun fact about beautiful hummingbirds.
Hummingbirds are long-distance migrants. Animal migration is the relatively long-distance movement of individual animals, usually on a seasonal basis. Animals migrate for many reasons: for food, to give birth, to mate, or to be in better weather conditions. An interesting hummingbird fact is the rufous hummingbird migrates farther than any other North American species. They travel 4,000 miles from Mexico to Alaska every spring. They fly nonstop for 18 to 20 hours. Another species of hummingbird, called the ruby throats, spend the cold months of the year between southern Mexico and northern Panama to be in the warm climate. Which leads me to my next topic. Climate change is causing widespread changes in hummingbird migration. If flowers bloom early before the hummingbirds reach them, then the birds face starvation.
No! So there are threats to sweet hummingbirds?
Unfortunately, yes. It is very sad. There are many endangered hummingbirds in South and Central America. These are some of the most beautiful hummingbirds, and they're quickly losing habitat. Climate change, as I said before, and habitat destruction are primarily the biggest threats to hummingbirds. Because hummingbirds have such intense nutritional needs, large-scale pesticide use and loss of native plants lead to starvation. It is so important to speak up against habitat destruction. As we know, all animals are so important to the ecosystem in which they live. Hummingbirds play a super important role in their ecosystem. When a hummingbird eats nectar, they pollinate all the flowers. Pollen falls onto their wings, and as we know, they fly from flower to flower, carrying nectar with them. This is how thousands and thousands of flowers become pollinated by hummingbirds. Now that you're equipped with all of this great hummingbird facts, you can educate your friends and family about these important little birds. Another thing you can all do right now at home is hang a hummingbird feeder outside or at your school. You can also plant flowers anywhere, at home, at school, or in your town. Remember, it's up to us, the future generation, to make sure they have a place to live. Let's all work together to make sure that animals and humans live in harmony. Let's always be kind and respectful to every creature on this planet. And now it's question time. Are you as excited as I am to put the knowledge we learned today to the test?
I sure am.
True or false? The hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. The correct answer is true. The bee hummingbird is tiny, the size of a bumblebee, and weighs less than a dime. True or false? The hummingbird is the only bird in the world that can fly backwards. The correct answer is true. Hummingbirds are unique flyers. They can fly forwards and backwards, hover, and are extremely fast. What is a baby hummingbird called? Is it A, a calf, B, a kit, C, a larva, or D, a chick? The correct answer is D, a chick. You guys did great. Kaia and I have to go, but we will be learning fun facts about another animal next time. See you next week on Wildlife Crystal.
Bye! Bye, guys! Toodles! See you next week! Bye!